Hi everybody, this is Legentil Canada and welcome back to my channel. This is Thrift haul number 13. I've been going over all my introductions on my videos, seeing if I rather introduce myself with like that big in-your-face kind of like loudness and energy, or if I prefer just introducing myself in the video in a bit of a calmer manner. I still haven't made up my mind. Right now I'm trying something a little bit in between. I hope you guys like it, and I'm always seeking to be as genuine as possible because I know that either one of those isn't necessarily how I would speak in real life, but I mean, this isn't real life, this is a video. So anyways, what I'm going to show you guys today are items that I've thrifted over the years for my garden. So I've been obsessed with gardening for years and years and years. Even before we ended up buying our house, I was practicing gardening on a 4th floor north-facing balcony. And I've made so many mistakes. Gardening is all about making mistakes. My first mistake though was I threw a whole tomato seed packet in a planter about this big, and I let every plant that germinated grow. There was probably like 20 plants in it. It was big and it was impressive. But at the end of the season, I only had 3 little like cherry-sized tomatoes when they were supposed to be these big like normal standard-sized tomatoes. And what I learned was, competition isn't a great thing in the garden. Everything needs its space to grow. And in the size of pot that I had, 1 plant would have been sufficient. But now I have a garden and I still make mistakes. And that's what I love about gardening. So today, I hope you guys stick around because after I'm done showing you guys everything, I'm going to take you on a little tour of the seedlings that I have started indoors. And I saw that outside I have a couple little things popping out of the ground that I'd like to show you also. So stick around for that. Today, I'm going to be showing you these pickling clay Crocks. So I have a 10, a 5, and a 1.5 gallon here. I'm going to show you these newly acquired cast iron candlesticks. I have a green carboy here, which I'll explain how I like to use in the garden. And I'm also going to show you a new collection of mine, which are antique cast iron shovels. So I hope you liked today's video, and let's get started. So these are those Blue Crown brand planters that I was talking to you about. Well, in reality, they are pickling Crocks. So before the days of putting chemicals in food to make their shelf life longer, they used to just throw whatever leftovers from the harvest in these things, cover it up with vinegar, and would preserve it over the winter. Now, this probably fell out of favor because you would actually end up with like a layer of mold at the top, but whatever oxygen couldn't get to underneath the vinegar was a-okay to eat. I forgot to mention that I was going to be talking about this rattan or like wicker chair. So I actually found it painted fire engine red like this, and it's such a beautiful pop of color outdoors during the summer. Rattan is nice because it's durable outdoors. And yeah, I really like the shape of it. It has metal or like brass feet at the base of the legs, so I'm guessing that this was actually a piece of relative quality. Now these candle holders, they were super wobbly, but I could not resist buying them at the thrift store. I looked underneath them when I got home and I was like, uh-oh, I'm not going to be able to tighten these because there was nothing to screw. But then I was like, oh, what if I twist this disc at the top? So by twisting the disc, it tightened the disc to the pole and then tightened the pole to the base. So now they're like really nice and sturdy, and I cannot wait to slap them outside. Now, this is a carboy. Carboy is just a word for something that things are fermented in, and it's usually out of glass or plastic. Yeah, these I use in the garden. I put them behind plants so that it kind of just gives a little glimmer of like shiny green in the garden. Ah, my new collection of old shovels. I think I'm just collecting them because they've been quite common in my area as of late, and a lot of them have the same characteristics, but they're all kind of old and used and, rusty, and the one has concrete all over it. I love items that show me
what their purpose was or what they've been through. They tell a story. Anything that tells a story to me is just a-okay in my books. And I actually saw this display at this barn thing where it was a whole bunch of old farm tools that made like this big medallion all twisted together, and I think that's what I want to recreate at some point. My seedlings! I'm so excited that spring is here. So this here is Little Marvel. It's a snow pea that you can plant in the ground pretty much as soon as they sprout. Even if there's a frost, that's fine, they survive. They're an heirloom variety, and I just learned that heirloom means that it's good for seed saving. Who would have thought? So I love peas, and what I do is I grow them on a piece of plastic orange fencing that I reuse year after year. Because, I don't know, I'm not big on plastic unless it's going to be reused. Now, talking about seed saving, I have no idea how to seed save, so I just put seeds from my Roma tomatoes last year onto this paper towel and allowed it to dry. The seeds that were able to fall off individually, I put in that black container that you guys saw, and the ones that I couldn't remove from the paper, I just stuck a piece of paper in the soil, and they ended up like germinating in clusters like this. What I'll do is I'll take the strongest ones from these, and I will plant them on individually. My crocus is in bloom almost, and it's April 1st. So did you guys know that crocus flowers are the flowers responsible for saffron? So what I'll do is before these flowers wilt, I will pick them and I take the little things out of them and I make my own saffron. I am obsessed with garlic, and in my area, in my yard, I have really good soil for growing garlic. I grow a variety called Music, which was developed at the University of Waterloo, I believe, by a Polish immigrant, and Music had something to do with his last name. There is nothing like fresh garlic. Last year I only planted 40 cloves, and it didn't even last me something like 3 months. So last fall I planted 120. I actually planted so many that I needed to plant some in my ornamental garden in the front because I had no more room in my vegetable garden in my backyard. So thank you so much for watching, guys. If you like my content, like and subscribe, hit the little bell so you get notifications of when I post new videos. Thanks so much.